Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to today's daily motivational call. It is better than a cup of coffee. My name is Bailey Cooper, and today is Friday the 13th. So what I want to get everybody started with is kind of the piggyback of what we've been talking about, and that is success loves preparation. So what I just identified is a few key principles that help me stay prepared and show up for life on a daily basis, and in good times and bad. And I don't know if you've ever showed up late for a sales call or been unprepared, but it's just not a good way to go after life, and it's led me to, several unfortunate events of not getting the sale or so on and so forth. I mean, you could just add to this list, but the first principle that I want to expand is be prepared, okay? So Zig Ziglar says, if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, go back to bed and wake up on the right side of the bed. So what I want to share is start your day over anytime you want. You got to put first things first. Mentally, you got to get your mind right. Things that I do is I stretch, I take a cold shower, I try and eat something healthy in the morning, and I plan out my day strategically, what I'm going to do for the day. I write out my daily goals, and I look towards the outcomes that I'm looking to receive. You got to change your language as well and create the vision that you want to live out throughout the day. I mean, anytime I see Eric's posts on Facebook early in the morning, it's typically somewhere along the lines of, today is a great day. And that is being prepared to have an outstanding day by changing the language that you use. Also, you got to have pleasant greetings with your family and loved ones first thing in the morning, and if you get up on the wrong foot, start your day over. Think of a time that you actually had a really great morning with your spouse or loved ones. Visualize what that looks like, what that felt like. Think about your day and plan it out mentally as a successful day. To write out your daily goals, I suggest them to be specific, measurable, achievable, compatible, and consistent with each other. They've really got to be achievable, and they've got to be consistent with what you have going on for the day, or else you're going to get overwhelmed from not achieving your goals. And I really encourage you to stretch yourself. And the old saying, if it doesn't get written, it doesn't get done. Just start small. Write a goal on an index card. Keep track of it. Measure it by the hour. Eliminate your time commitments that are wasting, precious moments of your day. Social media. Are you constantly checking your Facebook to see what's going on? What are you listening to on the way to work? When you come home from work, are you just mentally drained and you just shut down? Or are you fired up and full of energy? Every single day, we have a specific amount of willpower and energy, and it's key to start your day off on the right foot and to guard your mind with what you filter into it. But throughout the day, what is drawing from that energy that you're needing for the rest of the day? Do your homework. So to be prepared, you got to show up for life. You got to do your homework. You got to put in the footwork. Things like before an appointment, making sure that you've got the right scripts and preparation, knowing different hot button issues to talk about, to build rapport very quickly. Making sure that you're prepared with events and time commitments. I use Google Now and Google Calendar and a day planner. So how that works is when I make a commitment to do something, I write it in my day planner. I create an event on my Google Calendar, and my smartphone uses Google Now, and it reminds me when it's time to leave for an appointment or an event, and that's doing my homework. So I was in the Boy Scouts, and on my way to Eagle Scout, probably the most important thing that I ever learned was the Boy Scout motto was to be prepared. So when Murphy's Law shows up and what can go wrong goes wrong in your life, be prepared for the unexpected. Leave early. Be prepared with extra, food and water. As they say when you travel and it's cold, you got to mentally know that if something happens, that you've got a plan B. Have a positive mindset. So to statistically increase your odds of making more sales, start with getting rid of all negativity in your life. Negative people sell less than positive people. It's proven. So what are some ways, just observe yourself throughout the day, what are some ways that, pessimism and negativity comes out of your mouth? Do you gossip? Are you constantly liking statuses on Facebook that are negative or judgmental? Really, really be aware of what you're filtering into your mind, and slowly, one by one, cut it out. Look at your 5 closest friends that you hang out with on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and just ask yourself, are they positive or negative? And fix it. So associate with positive people, and you in turn will start to become positive. Change your language. So whenever you say I am, what comes after it? Is it an excuse? Is it a reason for why you're not? Really be mindful and cognizant of what you're saying to the world, because that's going to be your reality and what you're going to create. I practice my beliefs, and just like many of you, regardless of what you believe, your faith, I think that's really pivotal to have something. And that's a way to have a positive mindset, is to have that spiritual connection. If you don't, that's completely fine, but there's something I'm going to quote: to be transformed by the continuous renewing of your mind. Meaning, throughout the day, you got to have that helmet on. Life's going to show up, and you got to guard your mind. So whenever doubt, fear, and worry crops up, just like a gardener, pull those weeds out fast, because what they're going to do is they're going to grow and grow and grow, and it's going to become, a cancer to your mind. And so you got to eliminate those fast. To have a positive mindset, sleeping a good 7 to 8 hours is very important to prepare yourself mentally for a great day. And if you're not sleeping 7 to 8 hours, start preparing your day to get things done, to go to sleep earlier, and you're going to be surprised. It may take you a little bit of time, but one motivational speaker I heard, he said how he got to waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning is that he did it once a year. So every time daylight savings time came, he would get up an hour earlier and act as if it was still the same time. And then the next year he would get up an hour earlier, and then the next year he would get up an hour earlier. So slowly, gradually, consistently working that into your day will really help you get an edge on your competition. I love this quote: practice makes permanence. Practice, practice, practice. Put in the work. Your sales scripting, the things that we were just talking about, and planning out your day. Really put in that effort to know what you're going to say when it's time to say it. Role play in your car. Role play with your spouse. Role play in the mirror. In my career as a door-to-door canvas manager, every single day I would have the team show up. We would role play. In the car on the way to go knocking doors, we would role play. On break, in the midst of You know, in between door knocking, we would role play. And the purpose of this is to stay sharp, to get on point, and to be prepared to set an appointment at the next door. Don't stop. Keep doing it every day. Because when you're prepared, you know, nothing can stop you. You're just, it's just instinctual. It becomes habitual. So if you don't quit, you stand a chance. And I really encourage you to, you know, think with the end in mind. Have a really strong why and know it. Identify key motivating factors in your life and really tune your mind into where you want to be, where you used to be. And it'll give you a better gauge of where you're at. You know, don't beat yourself up, but to stay and fight the good fight, you've got to practice and you got to be prepared. And you got to make it fun. My wife asked me yesterday, how do I put so much work and effort into things? How do I generate an interest in, you know, work or tasks or, you know, spending 2, 3, 4 hours with a customer? How do I stay fired up and motivated and interested? I put in the work. I'm prepared. I make it a game, and, you know, I embrace it. So when I used to knock doors, I would get so fired up whenever somebody would slam a door in my face and say no. I would count the no's, and I would get one no closer to a yes. There's a great book I'd suggest by John Maxwell, and Failing Forward. I encourage everybody to read it. Failing Forward. It's read a long time ago, but it's got so many success principles towards this topic. So I want you to track your results. If you're not doing this, it's really simple to do. You can do it on Excel, Google Sheets, but just write in your goal for the day and your results, and set a goal for the week and then your results. And when you look at your weeks and your months, by these goals, you have a benchmark. You can actually see where you've been, where you want to go, and what you need to improve upon. Another success principle to prepare, you got to remember the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. You got to put in the work. You can't just think, and not do anything and manifest, you know, success in your life. So work smart. One of our coaches, Curtis Phelan, put on his Facebook a few weeks ago how he keeps his energy level up. So whenever he puts in mental energy for a specific period of time, he'll detach and he'll go jump on his trampoline. So find out things that you can do to keep that mental energy up and put in more work. So if you're working a 40-hour week, are you really working for 40 hours in that week, or are you wasting a lot of that time? So work while you're at work. Put in the effort. You know, Brian Tracy in the book Focal Point talks a lot about this. But just imagine if you showed up an extra 30 minutes for work, and if you showed up an extra 30 minutes late after work and put in that much more work, how much more would you accomplish? And you'd avoid traffic jams. If there was accidents or setbacks, you'd arrive to work on time. So really put in that type of effort, and your results are going to be phenomenal. I mean, if you just put in an extra 30 minutes of work a day for 50 weeks in a year, that's an extra 10 hours of work a month, an extra 125 hours a year. So just think about that and find ways to add synergy into your life to increase your efforts. So the last thing that I want to lead you guys to is a quote by Benjamin Disraeli. The secret of success in life for a man is to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. And that's the definition of luck for me. Luck is staying in the game and being prepared for when it's time to take that shot, knowing exactly what to do and delivering. And I mean, I oftentimes picture Michael Jordan in the NCAA tournament finals. He was prepared. He was focused. His time came. He took the shot. They won the game. And today could be that day for you. You could have that major breakthrough. You could take that one idea and implement it into your life, and then boom, you're off. So if you're not prepared, you miss it. I don't play the lottery, but people that, have wishes and dreams of being rich, if they don't get the lottery ticket, they're never going to win. So I encourage you to take today and make it the best day that you possibly can. Ignore superstition about Friday the 13th and negativity, and really make this the best day that you can. Talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye.